Your N1.
Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, citizens. Welcome to another edition of the Connection to Better Living, or as we like to call it in fun, the antidote for boring radio. Listen, if you see my forehead here, I am injured, okay? I almost got killed, but I'm here trooping it out because that's the kind of guy that I am, okay? I mean, like, that cookie sheet was not going to get the best of me. I mean, it just hit me on the forehead, and I looked at it really intensely. I let it know that, hey, don't do it again.
Those cookie sheets have sharp edges, so I appreciate the fact you're here, playing hurt.
I mean, I hate to confess, but actually the wallop just kind of made me smarter. Anyway, the journey today, are you prepared for an event, for the travel event? Have you thought about what you're going to do? On the scene, we're going to be talking about, do colors play a role in your life? You're going to be surprised. On the table, preparing food is something that we do here all the time. We talk about it. As a matter of fact, Mike and I was showing me this beautiful roast at Tri-Tip. What is it? Tri-Tip?
Brisket, baby.
I mean, it was like gigantic, half a dinosaur. But today we're going to be talking about our four-legged friends, okay? So get ready for that. In the open forum, preparing for the best of summer. Summer is here, and we need to kind of get cooking on that. It's one of the best times of the year. Of course, here in California, every day is beautiful. I mean, you can actually go from the heat to the cold to the beach. It's magnificent. I have actually been skiing in the morning and eating by the seashore in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's such a great place to live, such a great place to grow up. You know, it's actually, we had for the first time in quite some time, it was in this summer, this June, I guess you can call it even summer, 60 straight days where it hasn't got past 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And now we have, it's a little bit hot out here in the valley, 87, according to my Quack Weather team. But, I come here, I hang out in the air conditioning, I drive back to the city. I live in close to downtown Los Angeles, and it's a very nice 78. So,
question for you.
Yeah.
Do you drive with the air conditioner on and all the windows up?
Okay, all right, now we're getting into this thing. Okay, so I do sometimes, but I'm, I commute. My commute's long. My commute's like 70 miles round trip, and so I had this weird game that I play with myself about maximizing fuel economy because I love seeing on my automatic trip control thing where it's like you have averaged 56 miles to the gallon. And so I love doing that. If it's very, very hot, I will run the air conditioning. And pro tip, you also have to make the circulation's on, so you're not bringing in the outside hot air. But sometimes, like when I it's no traffic and I want to maximize fuel economy, and I sometimes will not do it. But you have to have the windows up though for the aerodynamics. So I'm a weirdo. I understand that.
No, there's nothing weird about that. Think about it. I can hardly wait for the summer to be like hotter than blazes so I can put the top down in my car.
A convertible, so yeah.
We'll be right back, okay?
Hi, Fred Dreyer here to talk about all-natural ingredient Balance 7. Do you suffer from heartburn? Can't eat the foods you like? Then you need Balance 7. Balance 7 improves the acid-alkaline balance in the body. The right pH balance helps increase energy, memory, sleep, and it helps unlock your immune system. Balance 7 works. I know because I use it every day. So go ahead, eat that pepperoni pizza without heartburn. And now you can try Balance 7 and get $15 $5 off your order. Free shipping, a money-back guarantee, plus a free bottle of my smooth skin. Call 800-793-9039 and mention my name, Fred. 3 1-ounce sips a day is all you need. Try Balance 7, 800-793-9039, code word Fred. You have nothing to lose with our money-back guarantee. 800-793-9039, code word Fred, or go to balance7.com.
All right, welcome back to The Journey. When we were small and going someplace with mom and dad, sitting backwards in the station wagon, at some point there would be a stop and mom would pass out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that were like heated up and gooey and great, with a small container of juice of some kind with a tiny little straw. And it was heaven. It was like something fantastic, you know. Our traveling gear was a coloring book, and as we got older, maybe a magazine, and of course the scenery. And throughout the drive, both parents would ask you questions about what you just saw. It just happened outside, and this and that and the other, and it was very entertaining. As you get older and you start traveling on your own, there are times when planning only comes as far as buying an airline ticket and where do we go, and that's it. You know, you put your backpack somewhere and that's it. If you're in that age bracket where you're strong and young and vital, you can just about fight just about anything. I mean, everything is an adventure. As you get older, though, one of the things that I have noticed being in the business for such a long time is that the questions get a little bit stranger. Most of the questions I get, because I sell the tropics and areas where there's bugs and stuff like that. One of the questions that I get the most is, how much off should I pack? And it's like, I don't know, 4 cans, you know, whatever. I mean, you can buy that stuff just about anywhere, okay? So there's really no need to worry about it. But what I don't understand is why people don't open up about, sometimes they know that there are limitations of some kind, health-wise, money-wise. Many aspects need to be really brought into reality, okay? I very seldom ask people to not enjoy what they're dreaming of or not to go somewhere. Even, I mean, like, I've taken people to Machu Picchu, which is like very high, very hard to get to. But I do it in such a fashion to where I know the health conditions of the people. So I make arrangements to have porters with oxygen nearby and wheelchair. I mean, you have to anticipate something when people want to travel and they have breathing problems, they have a heart condition, they have a walking problem, because there are times when people have knee replacements and the prostheses actually get cold and prevent people from actually moving well, okay? So, you know, so we have conditions for that. We can make that happen a little bit easier, okay? But people need to open up and learn that we are their partners. As travel agents, we are their partners, and that we are not going to gossip about any conditions that we hear or anything like that. That's not the point. The point is that we know what the medical issues can be abroad, and a little thing as a nagging headache can ruin your entire 7-day vacation. So let's prevent that. Open up. Let us know how we can better help you. The other thing is that when you reach a destination, you need to, whether you're young or older or even in your teens, it doesn't matter. If you're leaving the U.S. to go to Asia, to go to Europe, to go anywhere in the world, the conditions are different than what we're leaving at home. So you need to acclimate. That's a very important part. The day of your arrival, just take it easy, lounge around, read about the place what you're visiting. Don't just dive right away into a tour bus and take a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna do like a high adventure trip, like you said, to Machu Picchu or to a high altitude environment, there's plenty of places in the United States. For example, if you live in Los Angeles, you just take a trip to the local mountains, do a hike there, get acclimated. Start slow and build yourself up to it. Also, it's really good too to get yourself acclimated to the different time zone. If you're going to be traveling to a different time zone, maybe the couple days before you leave on your trip, start going to bed earlier, going to bed later, depending on where you're going to.
Yeah, no. A lot of people don't think of that as being part of the preparation for a trip, And what I don't like about the situation like that is that people go and they don't say, no, I wanted to go to do the Devil's Nose in Ecuador and right on top of the train the day that I arrived in Cuenca, which was the day that you arrived from the United States. They went directly there or whatever, and you rode that train and you got dizzy. Well, that train is riding at like 10,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah, you're going to be jet lagged. You're going to be, acclimating to not only the environment and the altitude that you're at, you're also going to be a little bit stressed from your trip too. So that makes you a little bit irritable and a little bit susceptible to not having a good time. So just don't jump right into it.
I mean, the flights, number one, today, they are very uncomfortable because the seating is very small.
Yeah, if you're not flying business class or first class, you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, no. So just from that experience of being all scrunched up in a seat, you need to let your muscles kind of relax, So if you can actually get somewhere and go directly to a steam bath and chill for the rest of the afternoon or the rest of the day, that is the best conditioning you can get.
And also be very careful about, there's a lot of, we pre-plan our flights, especially if it's a long flight. We're like, you take a couple Ambien, maybe have a couple cocktails or glasses of wine. Don't do that. Even though it might make you go to sleep a little bit easier, you're going to dehydrate yourself because you're way up in the air. You're going to have all sorts of issues. And once you land, you're going to be super groggy and super irritable. So don't skip the Ambien, skip the red wine, maybe just you plan yourself, stay up a little bit later, bring a good book to read, and never expect to sleep through your flight because it's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I have been flying for years and years and years, and for me, the best seat in the house is in the cockpit, obviously. So I learned that even then, when flying long haul, there's two of us in the cockpit, and they take a 10-minute nap. Seriously, the other person put the oxygen mask, and the flight is as safe as always. There's no problem, but we do need it because flying is tiring. It is tiring. There's a inner exhaustion of that just kind of wears on you. So just take it easy, chill, plan your trip well, give us a call. All right, we'll be right back.
you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bono. Join me for Breaking Bread with Bono. Each week, I eat and drink with the most interesting friends from the worlds of showbiz, sports, and politics, and other careers, as my guests share their stories with me. It's live from the Bootlegger Italian Bistro in Las Vegas. So please tune in to Breaking Bread with Bono, Saturdays 9 a.m. Pacific, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on CRN Radio and CRNTalk.com.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
All right, welcome back. This is Lifestyle Buzz with your pal Orly. You had a question?
I do, and I'd like your expert advice on this, and I think this is pertinent to some of our listeners. I am planning a trip to the East Coast in the fall. Okay. I want to visit New York City. I want to see the leaves change in Central Park. I've never done that, and that's kind of been on my bucket list.
Okay.
I've already started the planning process, and I'm wondering about taking the red eye. And for people who don't know, the red eye, when you fly from west to east, you're flying against the sun. And so, for example, and against the time zones as well. So if you leave here from Los Angeles, the last flight out of LAX is at 11:55 p.m. You take that flight nonstop, you actually land in New York City at around 8 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Should I do that? That way, if you do it that way, you can save money on a hotel room. You would lose one night in the hotel.
Right.
The only problem I'm having about that is if I arrive at 8 a.m., most hotel check-in times are at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
What do I do for that time?
Actually, depending on the hotel that you're going to, you're going to when are you going in the fall?
It's going to probably be late October.
October. I don't think that there's really a time rush like a Christmas or anything like that, Thanksgiving. Being that it's an off-season call. If you call them up and you tell them, I need an early check-in.
Like early check-in, 10 a.m. is what I'm thinking. So if I can call and maybe ask, they'll do that?
Yeah. Most hotels will accommodate you, okay? Like I said, unless you're talking about a very, very high season time, then no, because people are not leaving just yet. I mean, because they need to be out by 11, so they need time to get the room ready and whatnot. When in the fall, there's more chance of them having empty rooms. So if you do it with time, they'll accommodate you. Hotels or chains are pretty cool.
So I think the best advice here, and thank you for that, would be that call, inquire.
Yeah.
And, the worst thing they can say is no. And then you call another hotel. So.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, a lot of the times they go, well, the hotel room is, I don't know, $70 a night. We'll charge you like...
Not the hotel I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. So, they'll probably say, okay, $10 extra for...
Okay, so they'll prorate it a little bit.
If it's an off-season, they'll be stupid not to accommodate you because, you know what? The room is going to sit there empty anyway. So they know it.
Okay, good. Thanks for the advice.
There you go. All right. Real quick, has anybody ever heard of the psychology of color? Actually, it is a study that talks about how colors impact your moods, feelings, and behaviors. Depending on the people have favorite colors, and a lot of people don't understand why. Okay, so just to touch on a couple of things here. Red is usually passion, and excitement, and love. I guess that's the reason why in Las Vegas the bad houses are all painted in red, the red lights. No, that's why in many cases, really seriously, the sex work is called the red light district. Okay, so anyway, pink is denotes softness, reserved nature, earthy, down to earth person. Purple, the mysterious person, noble, glamorous. It's a color that excites exotic feelings. Okay, blue is the calming, but it's also something that creates that calm that makes you think better. Okay. And so on and so on. Yellow sometimes is one that people don't understand because yellow is a very key color when it comes to mixing hues to make orange, to make green, to make, So it's kind of a color that sometimes denotes confusion to a lot of people, So when you go into a yellow room, depending on the tone of the yellow, it can either
if it's like a bright canary yellow, that could be a little bit off-putting. If it's like a muted pastel yellow, that is quite common.
Yeah. Speaking of yellow, there you go. Now I'm calm.
What about, is green on that list? That's my favorite color.
Green is nature. You love nature. You love freshness, and to grow things. To not only grow like plants and stuff, but grow yourself.
Oh, okay. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So much for colors. We'll be right back.
This is a potter's field. When people can't pay for their funerals, they are buried here. It is a lonely, desolate place, littered with unmarked headstones. No one visits. No one leaves flowers. But it doesn't have to be that way. For as low as $1 a day, you can ensure your family will have the money to pay your funeral expenses. We offer burial insurance plans that pay up to $30,000. Considering the average funeral costs more than $10,000, that's peace of mind for your family. There are no medical exams, your rates won't increase, and your policy cannot be canceled as long as you make your premium payments. Call now to get approved in minutes and ensure your final resting place is more than just a pauper's grave in a potter's field.
800-305-9102. 800-305-9102. 800-305-9102. That's 800-305-9102. Paid for by Final Expense Direct.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master plan destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz with your pal Orly here at CRN. And this is the place to be for all your entertainment needs, okay? So tune us in and leave the knobs alone, okay?
You can find us at crntalk.com. That's crntalk.com.
There you go. See? Yeah, I mean, great entertainment. A humongous roster of great shows. As you know, we cover food here at Lifestyle Buzz, and periodically, Mike and I, we have this contest about cooking, which we've been forgetting about setting one up. Okay, anyway, so it's something that we enjoy doing. Both of us, in our own little worlds, we enjoy doing and talking about it and whatnot. But of late, you know, I've been dealing with my pets. I say pets because I have one, and now I adopted my daughter's 2 little guys too, because I've been making food for my mini pit bull for a long time. All right.
What's mini pit bull? What's his or her name?
Midnight.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
He's a character. He's a Staffordshire Terrier. He is spoiled, you know. He's actually a rescue. Both the two pit bulls that we've had, him and his previous one, they were both abused dogs, you know. And but we love him. I mean, and they come out of the funk completely, you know.
Any sort of terrier, and pit bulls especially, can be the most sweetest dogs you've ever been around.
Oh God! I mean, like seriously, some people look at them and they go like, "Oh yeah," and it's just a love machine. They really are love machines. But anyway, we found earlier that certain kibbles, even good stuff, would give him a little skin rashes and stuff like that. So then the vet said, well, do no grains and do this and do that. And then the skin got a little dehydrated, and then his paws got a little, you know. So anyway, so I figured that I started reading more and more about nutrition for pets, you know, and found out that actually the very best thing is what we eat, you know, in a modified form. I mean, you don't put spices or salts or anything, just, you know. So I started with simple stuff like zucchinis and carrots, you know, and a little bit of kibble. And I buy the more natural kibble that you can find, you know, like really simple stuff. And but by simple I mean, you know, none with this chicken flavor. And
what you want to do is you want to stay away from the preservatives.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. So anyway, to make the long story short, I now, like, where I was doing, I started with a little skillet about this big to make him his morning meal. And then we went to a little bit bigger because now my daughter's dogs wanted to get some food too. Well, yesterday we made a pot this big, humongous. And they love it. And what I do is I do the vegetables, but then I put organ meat, liver, or sometimes I buy a heart or a kidney. I mean, it's actually for them, they enjoyed that better than they would, let's say, a piece of steak. Because I don't know, they throws them back into the wild.
Yeah, it's an evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
You kind of use your common sense about, you know, what animals eat in the wild. I mean, a dog is a carnivore, and so what a dog wants is it wants a very low carb, high protein diet.
Yeah.
And kibble is pretty much all carbs.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like and maybe you can relate to this too. Like, you know, when you have grown children,
yeah,
and you have a dog, the dog kind of becomes like your child a little bit. Like my mom and my stepdad, God bless them, you know, both my sister and I have been out of the house for 20 years at this point, and they have a dog named Maggie, and Maggie has become their child. And Maggie had a little bit of a weight problem.
Oh.
And so the vet suggested that Maggie goes on a diet similar to the diet that you're describing. And so my mom did is she heard on a podcast an advertisement for a product called Farmer Dogs, which is like a meal subscription service where they send her meals for the whole month. It's $300 a month.
I know.
And it's interesting you mentioned that because, you know, she's getting tired of the expense, and so she wants to start making the meals herself. But when when I'm over there feeding this dog, the food from Farmer's Dog looks good enough for me to eat. And so, like you said, she's experimented with basmati rice and with chicken parts, and tried that. Of course, deboned. But like you said too, the organ meats, because they're so cheap at the market.
Oh yeah,
she loves them.
I can buy a heart from a cow or whatever, heart. It's like $3. And I mean, when you chop it into little pieces and stuff like that, I mean, it's just. I'm gonna bring you a little container so that you can give it to your mom.
Oh, okay. So not for me to eat the heart, but for the dog to eat the heart. Okay. All right, that makes sense now.
No, I'll bring you the one with liver. Do you eat liver?
I have eaten liver. It's not my favorite thing to eat.
Really?
It's not my favorite thing to eat.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
What about other like game meats? Do you like venison and stuff that too? Yeah.
I was a hunter for many, many years. I used to go and we would make sausage and then
elk sausage can be delicious.
Yeah.
Elk burgers as well can be very, very good.
Yeah. I haven't done it in a long, long time because I guess, I got more conscience. But, I mean, it actually is not bad because what you're doing is you're actually culling the herd. As a good nature hunter, you're culling the herd. You're actually eliminating the chance of them starving to death.
Yeah, there's not enough natural predators out there for them. So, yes, you are actually preventing suffering from starvation.
Yeah. So I did that for many years, but now you can actually buy venison meat in many places. So.
Also, what I like too is like you can buy full like quarters of beef.
Yeah.
And you'll have everything there, bones, cartilage, organs included. And it's kind of nice if you order because you get all the great cuts.
Yeah.
But also you find, reasons to use that, the less desirable cuts. And that always kind of feels good because you're helping the environment that way too.
There you go. All right. Let's take a little bit of a break. When we come back, getting ready for summer. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
All right, we are back, and summer's here. In case you don't know it, it's a little hotter now. So, are you preparing? Do you believe in preparing for summer? Do you?
Yeah, there's certain things I do around the house. I switch out to a lighter sheet and comforter. That's pretty much all I do. Pretty much. That's about it.
Me, I start like way back to kind of get a little bit more health conscious, okay? Because at my age, who's going to be looking at the old decrepit body? But still, you know what? I love going to the beach, taking the shirt off and walking around, getting some sun, riding a bike, throwing a frisbee, walking with the dogs. And what I like about summer is the fact that all the girls in bikinis. No. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, yeah. Whoever's hearing this.
Strictly hypothetically, we're speaking.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know what?
There's nothing wrong with admiring the beautiful woman. I mean, God made beautiful women, and there's nothing wrong with
eyes.
Yeah,
we have eyes.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay. No, the fact is that summer kind of injects that feeling of time to let go. It's time to chill for a bit. And, I mean, you still have to go to work every day. You have to do whatever you do on a daily basis, but it seems to me that it's a more relaxed tone. You don't want to wear yourself out too much.
Yeah, I think that's actually ingrained memory and experience from your childhood. Because, I mean, think of you're in school for, 12 years?
Yeah.
And so for every one of those 12 years, you have that euphoric feeling of the last day of school.
Yeah.
And I think that carries over to the rest of your life, even if you're working a soul-crushing job during the summertime year-round. You still, when the summer comes, you still have that feeling deep inside of you that, it's vacation time.
I don't know if it's a psychological thing on my side or if it's really something that I notice. Is that in the summertime you can take a walk down Ventura Boulevard, let's say, and it seems to me that the people are more chill about greeting you, about whatever if you're wearing something that they look at, they go like, hey, I don't know if it's just my mind on it, because there are times when people are in the cold weather. I guess people are more miserable about being out there.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I think that it's cyclical. I mean, I think it's also different. In other parts of the country where they have more harsher weather conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's different for anybody. I personally, fall is my favorite season.
Right.
And so right when it starts to get cooler and it starts to get dark earlier, that's when I really start to feel good.
Really?
But I understand, a lot of people, especially because, there's a lot of people not working. Like an entire industry of, school teachers and educators not working in the summer, and they're, living around, running around, feeling stress-free. And I think some of that kind of, wipes off on everybody else around them.
You know what? Although here in California, the 4 seasons are not as marked as in other places, I am conscious enough to where I know that, it's time to plant certain things, It's time to trim the lemon tree, Where I live, I have to keep everything in big pots. I cannot put it in the ground. It's like a rock out there, So, but there's something about seeing stuff grow in the springtime, like little tomatoes in the vines.
Especially this year, after all that rain we've had, it was beautiful. We had super bloom conditions, and I think that's actually carried over too. I have some friends and family members who have tomato plants are best of the past 10 years.
Yeah.
My pomegranate tree in my backyard hasn't fruited yet, but it has bloomed. It has a lot of the pink flowers, but I haven't seen any fruit develop yet. But that's really nice to see. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, spring is something that I look forward to, especially now that I don't have allergies. I always hated that spring because I've always been allergic to hay fever. But acupuncture, man. I got rid of it.
Really? Acupuncture cured your allergies?
Absolutely.
Where'd they put the needles in?
One in my forehead right here.
Really?
And then around the umbilical cord. And then on the legs and a couple of other places where the chakras are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Chakras are in Eastern medicine, that's your energy points.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they don't do anything for up here except the little one they put here, Sometimes they used to put them in the ears and stuff like that, but I always questioned why the umbilical cord. And the fact is that the guy was explaining to me that all your energy comes from your middle, from your core. So by treating there, and I mean, I used to use those inhalers.
Yeah.
To the point that they were actually burning my cartilage inside my nose.
Yeah, that Claritin will dry you out.
Yeah. I haven't used anything 20 years.
You heard it here first, folks. Acupuncture for allergies.
Give
it a try.
Oh, yeah. what can I tell you? From travel to doctoring.
So man's full of knowledge.
I know. We'll be right back.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
Hey guys, is digital currency coming? Well, surprise, it's already here. Does that mean the end of cash? The end of privacy? Maybe social credit scores? Find out how to protect yourself, your family, and your privacy this weekend on the Gold Standard Radio Show with Ken Russo and me, Jennifer Horn, and always at MidasGoldGroup.com. That's MidasGoldGroup.com.
The Gold Standard with Ken Russo and Jennifer Horn every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time on CRN1, as well as Sundays, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on CRN1.
Hi, this is Fred Dreyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free gift. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, we are back, and man, time flies when you're having fun. 4th of July is in a couple of days, and this happens to be one of my very, very favorite holidays and celebrations. I love seeing all the flags out there and people that are energized to being patriotic. And, you know, I love that. I really eat that with the spoon. I love it. But you need to do it safely, okay? Don't start throwing cherry bombs near your neighbors, because today people get pretty scared about that. It used to be where there was actually more open spacing where you can actually do that and not bother anybody. But be conscious of people that have pets, because they do get scared. I mean, they can actually get to a shock and die.
Yeah, it's also they run away too, and so yes, please, I mean, folks, please, you know, heed my call to this. There are plenty of places you can go watch fireworks for free. You can do it at the Rose Bowl. You can do it at South Pasadena High School. They're everywhere. These professionally done, safe and secure fireworks show, and just stop, you know, doing it, you know, all night long until 2 a.m. People have to work the next day. Have some just respect for your neighbors.
Be conscientious, because you know what? The holiday belongs to everybody, not only for those that want to break the routine, So just enjoy it. Enjoy the barbecues. Enjoy the hamburgers. Make it simple, but, family, friends, and enjoy the time in a very, very safe way, okay? You can actually get hurt with these fireworks. So I grew up in a country where it was just wide open. You just went and bought a bag of things that you threw out. But for some reason or another, we grew up with those things, so we were a little bit more safety conscious about it, how we did it. Sometimes today, people just buy a box of these things, but they don't have any clue as to do it in a safe way. I mean, they do it in their front yard.
Yeah, and it becomes also like this stupid point of pride when people are like, "Oh, well, I got the illegal fireworks. My cousin drove down to Tijuana and got the illegal fireworks. Aren't I cool?" No, it's not cool. You're gonna keep your neighbors up. You're gonna blow your fingers off. You're gonna, there's a lot of veterans out there, who a lot of people who spent time in combat zones, and artillery was the king of battle, and that's gonna be very scary for a lot of people, a lot of vets.
Yeah. No, I mean, not everybody appreciates the loud booms. Okay, they enjoy seeing the displays and the colors and all of that from a safe place.
You're expecting it. If you're sitting at home and you hear what feels like a 155 mic might go off next to you, and it's not great.
I know. Then you're like alert to, is it going to happen again, type of thing, and it ruins your entire time. So anyway, be conscientious of everybody around you. You know your neighbors. Be nice to them.
And if you do see people, illegally, don't call 911 because you're never going to get through. Call 311. Call 311 to report illegal fireworks.
Call 311? Oh, I didn't know that. What's 311?
It's like the non-emergency line.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Now you're the one full of knowledge. Well, I tell you, we make a good team, Mike.
We sure do.
Anyway, last words?
Happy 4th of July out there. Enjoy the barbecues. You want to see a parade? Check out the parade in Sunland, Tujunga here. And if you're in LA or in South Pasadena, they do a good one too. You're looking for a fireworks show, I always recommend the Rose Bowl. If you don't want to actually go to the Rose Bowl, go to the Hills Above Art Center and you can see a great show.
You can actually see a great show from CBS here if you're in the valley by going to the river wash.
Yeah.
It's right there. You can see it all. Anyway, have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. And come back to see us next week. Bye-bye. God bless.